Silence is a powerful force, one that allows you to conserve your energy and channel it into the actions that will move you forward. When you constantly speak about your plans, your energy is divided. Every word you speak, every promise you make takes a little bit of your focus and power away from the task at hand. Imagine instead holding all that energy within yourself, ready to be unleashed at the right moment. The more you talk, the less you have to work with. Silence allows you to preserve that energy, keeping it focused where it counts on the grind itself. When you keep your plans quiet, you protect the vision that drives you. There's a certain sacredness to the work you do in silence. It's an internal drive untainted by the need for outside validation. In the noise of the world, it's easy to get lost, to seek attention or approval for your efforts. But real power comes when you can work without needing others to recognize it. The more you speak about what you plan to do, the more it becomes about the approval of others, and the less it's about your own personal progress. In silence, you become unstoppable because no one sees what you're building until it's too late. Think about the energy it takes to constantly explain yourself, justify your actions, or reassure people about your path. Every time you have to speak about what you're doing, you pull yourself away from the present moment and the task at hand. Words are tools, yes, but when you use them too often, they can become a distraction. Your focus gets scattered, your intentions diluted. By choosing silence, you make a decision to protect your mind from unnecessary chatter, giving yourself space to think deeply, to plan strategically, and to take action with full force. The energy you conserve in silence isn't just physical. It's mental and emotional as well. Talking about your journey can drain you, especially when people don't understand or when they throw negativity in your direction. Silence allows you to build strength within yourself. It gives you the chance to ground your emotions, to manage your reactions, and to stay calm even when the world around you feels chaotic. Instead of responding to every opinion, you focus on what truly matters, the work. And this inner calm is what allows you to move with confidence, knowing you have more energy to outlast those who are distracted by the noise. When you're working in silence, you're operating on a different level. You don't need to share every step, every detail, or every thought with the world. Let the process be the message. Let your actions tell the story. There is a power in quietly mastering your craft, in letting your work speak for itself. People will start to notice, not because you've been shouting about it, but because the results are undeniable. The more you grind in silence, the more the world has no choice but to acknowledge your success when it's finally revealed. Silence allows you to filter out distractions. The world is full of opinions, judgments, and noise that can easily knock you off course. The more you speak, the more you invite others into your space, and the harder it becomes to focus on what matters. In silence, you have the clarity to see your goals with precision and make decisions that are aligned with your purpose. You're not swayed by the latest trends, nor do you waste time explaining your actions to those who won't understand. Silence is the shield that helps you stay focused on the path you've chosen. In a world that's always talking, silence becomes a rare commodity. People are used to seeing others make noise, chase attention, and demand validation. But that's not where the real power lies. The true power is in the quiet pursuit of greatness. It's in the hours spent in solitude, in the moments when no one is watching, and in the deep inner work that no one else knows about. That's where champions are made. In the silence, they build the strength, the mindset, and the skills needed to dominate. The silence is where growth happens. When you stop speaking about your goals, you stop waiting for permission, and you stop looking for approval. Instead, you focus on mastering yourself, pushing yourself, and becoming the best version of who you are meant to be. Silence allows you to grow in ways that the noise of the world never could. Every step you take in silence is another step closer to realizing your full potential. And when the time comes to show the world what you've built, they'll see the strength that comes from having worked in silence all along. When you focus on the results instead of the announcements, you tap into a deeper, more authentic form of success. Too often, people get caught up in talking about their dreams and plans instead of putting in the work to make them happen. They feel the need to announce every step they take to show the world that they're trying. But in reality, actions speak louder than words ever could. The more you talk, the more you risk losing the momentum that comes with quiet execution. Instead, let your actions shine. Let your results become the proof of your efforts. There's a unique strength in silence. When you announce your intentions, you're essentially seeking validation before the job is done. You're asking others to approve of your effort rather than letting your effort speak for itself. When you keep your moves to yourself, you're able to keep the full power of your vision concentrated on the task at hand. The real magic happens in the work itself, not in the conversations you have about it. When you allow the results to speak for you, you shift the focus from empty words to tangible achievements that prove you were serious all along. The best kind of success is the kind that doesn't need explaining. People who achieve greatness don't spend their time explaining why they're going after something or seeking approval for their methods. They just do it. And when the results finally manifest, everyone can see the effort that went into it. There's no need for words because the success speaks louder than any announcement ever could. That's why the people who make the biggest impact are often the ones who work in the background, building their empire without constantly talking about it. When you let your results speak, you allow the journey to unfold naturally. There's no pressure to meet expectations that others set for you, no need to justify why you're doing what you're doing. The beauty of this approach is that you stay focused on what matters: your growth, your discipline, and your effort. People may doubt you in the beginning, but when they see the results, all doubts will fade away. The quiet achievers are the ones who understand that results will always prove their worth, no words necessary. Sometimes announcing your plans prematurely can sabotage the very outcome you're working toward. When you speak about your intentions too early, you might create external pressure, or worse, invite negativity and doubt. By letting your results speak for themselves, you avoid putting any unnecessary weight on your shoulders. You remove the distractions, the unwanted opinions, and the expectations. You free yourself to just focus on doing the work, knowing that when the time is right, your success will speak volumes. Results don't need a microphone. The world is full of talkers, people who share their ideas, their dreams, and their plans, but few follow through with the consistent action required to make them a reality. The most powerful thing you can do is quietly work towards your goals without broadcasting every little detail. When your success is finally revealed, it's impossible for people to ignore. It doesn't need to be explained. It doesn't need to be justified. It simply stands as proof of your commitment, your dedication, and your ability to execute. Letting your results speak for you also removes the pressure of constantly updating others about your progress. There's freedom in knowing that you don't need to share every little victory or setback along the way. You have the space to focus on the work, to keep pushing forward, and to move in the direction of your goals without the distraction of outside expectations. And when you finally reach the destination, your results will tell the story better than any word could. Real success doesn't need an announcement. It doesn't need to be preceded by hype or a big reveal. It speaks for itself. When you commit to working in silence and focusing on your actions, the world will recognize the value of your work when the time comes. Your results will tell everyone exactly what you've been up to all along. And those results will be more impactful and powerful than any words could ever be. In a world filled with constant noise, it's easy to get sidetracked. Everywhere you turn, there are opinions, distractions, and external pressures that can easily pull you off course. People will tell you what you should do, what you should avoid, and how you should be living your life. But none of that matters if it doesn't align with your vision. The path to greatness isn't paved by listening to others, it's paved by action, by moving forward despite the noise. If you want to build something truly impactful, you have to silence the distractions and focus only on what matters. The opinions of others can be one of the biggest distractions on your journey to success. Everyone has something to say, and most of the time, their words are based on their own fears, doubts, and limitations. When you listen to those voices, you start to internalize their doubts and apply them to your own life. But the only voice that truly matters is yours. The only opinion that should influence your decisions is the one that aligns with your vision and purpose. Every moment spent listening to others is a moment lost that you could have spent building your empire. The truth is, distractions are everywhere, and they can come in many forms. Sometimes it's the small things: checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or responding to messages. Other times it's the big things, like taking on projects that aren't in line with your goals or engaging in conversations that drain your energy. These distractions pull your focus away from what truly matters, the actions you need to take to move forward. When you get lost in the noise, you waste valuable time and energy that could be spent creating something extraordinary. You have to realize that distractions are just that temporary things that have no lasting value. The constant chatter, the unsolicited advice, the negativity, none of it builds anything meaningful. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of listening to others, but that cycle only keeps you from making progress. If you're going to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to block out the noise and focus on the work in front of you. The only way to build your empire is by taking action, not by reacting to the distractions around you. The ability to ignore distractions is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Anyone can talk about their dreams, anyone can get caught up in the distractions of life. But it takes someone with true dedication and commitment to block out the noise and keep pushing forward. Success doesn't come from listening to what others think is possible or from being distracted by every new opportunity that comes your way. It comes from staying focused on your vision, taking consistent action, and not letting the noise of the world pull you off course. You will face distractions. You will hear opinions that don't align with your vision. You will encounter obstacles that try to divert your attention. But it's in those moments that you must remind yourself that distractions don't build empires, action does. It's the action you take despite the noise that will lead you to greatness. It's the ability to focus, to block out the distractions, and to keep moving forward that will ultimately determine your success. And when you stay focused on the task at hand, there's nothing that can stop you. In a world that constantly seeks validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others. We post our achievements, ask for feedback, and look for external signs that we're on the right path. But here's the truth: seeking validation only weakens your focus and pulls your energy away from what truly matters, your discipline. When you're focused on what others think, you lose the power to make decisions based on your own values and goals. Validation becomes a distraction, a crutch that keeps you dependent on external sources for confidence. The real fuel for success lies in discipline, in doing what needs to be done regardless of outside recognition. The more you chase validation, the more you allow your actions to be dictated by others. Every time you look for external approval, you're outsourcing your sense of worth and direction. Instead of making decisions that align with your long-term vision, you start making choices based on what will get you the most likes, comments, or praise in the short term. Validation might feel good in the moment, but it's a fleeting satisfaction that doesn't help you achieve lasting success. Discipline, on the other hand, is the force that keeps you moving forward even when no one is watching. It's the internal commitment to push through when no one else acknowledges your efforts. When you rely on discipline instead of validation, you develop a mindset that's focused on consistency, not praise. Discipline doesn't require an audience. It's the quiet, repetitive work that builds momentum day after day. It's doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not because someone is watching or applauding you. When you base your actions on discipline, you stop looking for constant reassurance from others. You become self-reliant, driven by an internal compass that keeps you on track, no matter the external circumstances. Discipline creates a foundation that can't be shaken by the whims of other people's opinions. Seeking validation can make you lose sight of what really matters. You might start measuring your progress based on how others perceive you rather than the actual steps you're taking towards your goals. This is dangerous because it makes your success dependent on things you can't control, what others think and how they respond. When you focus on discipline, you take control of your own journey. You measure your progress by the quality of your work, the effort you put in, and the results you create. Discipline allows you to stay true to your path, even when the world around you is distracted by the pursuit of validation. Discipline is a powerful tool because it doesn't rely on external rewards. The greatest accomplishments are built in the shadows when no one is looking and when no one is patting you on the back. It's easy to work hard when everyone is cheering you on, but true success is achieved when you keep going even when there's no applause. Discipline is what pushes you through the tough moments, the days when motivation is low, and when no one acknowledges your efforts. It's the consistency of showing up every single day, knowing that your success doesn't depend on others, but on your ability to stay committed to the process. Validation can be a temporary boost, but it's discipline that builds lasting success. When you focus on developing discipline, you're not worried about whether or not people recognize your hard work. Instead, you focus on mastering your craft, improving every day, and working toward your goals with laser-like precision. Discipline means you keep working even when the excitement has worn off, even when the external rewards are absent. It's in those moments of quiet persistence that success is built. Validation doesn't create results, discipline does. The truth is, the more you seek validation, the more you become dependent on others to define your worth. You start relying on their opinions to determine if you're on the right track or if you're doing enough. This weakens your focus because you're constantly checking in with external sources instead of checking in with yourself. When you practice discipline, you check in with your own progress. You assess your actions, reflect on your growth, and adjust your course based on what you know is best for your future. Discipline is the ultimate form of self-trust that allows you to make decisions based on what you believe is right, not based on the approval of others. The most successful people are those who have learned to rely on discipline over validation. They know that the path to greatness is paved with quiet, consistent action, not by chasing after applause or approval. They don't need the validation of others to stay motivated because they have a deep belief in their own ability and their vision. Their discipline becomes their motivation. They know that no one can give them the power to succeed, only their own commitment, focus, and determination can do that. When you choose discipline over validation, you stop asking for permission and you start creating the success you deserve. The work you do is more than just a task, it's a sacred commitment to your vision and purpose. When you treat your grind as something sacred, it elevates the entire process. You stop seeing your work as a means to an end and start viewing it as a personal responsibility, a promise to yourself that you will never back down, no matter the challenges that arise. In this mindset, the work becomes a sacred ritual, something that holds immense value, and that value propels you to keep going even when it feels tough. By holding your work in high regard, you treat every step of your journey with the respect it deserves. Grinding in silence keeps the sacredness intact. When you let the world know what you're doing before it's done, you risk cheapening the process. You invite opinions, judgments, and distractions that can dilute the energy and focus you need. But when you keep your grind private, it remains pure. You have the space to work without interference. The quiet intensity of your dedication builds momentum, and every small step becomes part of a greater, more powerful story that's unfolding in the background. Your progress stays sacred because it's untouched by the noise of others. There is an unspoken strength in working quietly. When you grind in silence, there's no pressure to explain your every move, no need to justify your decisions. You don't have to seek approval or recognition because the work itself is enough. It speaks for itself. Every hour spent in focus, every effort put forth in silence, builds a foundation that cannot be broken. It's in the sacredness of this solitude that you find your true power. You realize that the only validation you need is the one you give yourself through your actions, through your relentless pursuit of excellence. Grinding in silence makes your progress unstoppable. Without the external noise, you can focus all your energy on what truly matters, getting better, refining your craft, and moving closer to your goal. There's no distraction, no need to rush. Your work becomes a steady, unwavering force, and because it's sacred to you, nothing can derail it. You don't need to announce your moves or seek recognition from others. The very act of doing the work with intention and discipline propels you forward. The more sacred your work becomes to you, the more unstoppable your progress is. When you respect the work as sacred, you honor the process. You understand that success is not an overnight event. It's the accumulation of small, consistent actions over time. Each task you complete, each challenge you overcome adds value to your journey. It's in these moments of quiet labor that you build the muscle of perseverance, the strength to keep going even when no one else notices. The sacredness of your grind keeps you humble and grounded, focused solely on the next step, never distracted by the praise or criticisms of others. This sacredness doesn't mean working in isolation or avoiding collaboration. It means protecting the essence of your vision. It's about staying true to your values and focusing on what matters most, regardless of outside influences. When your work is sacred, it has an energy of its own. It's not about impressing others or showing off. It's about showing up every day, doing the work with full commitment, and trusting that the results will speak for themselves. You keep your focus sharp and your intentions pure because you understand the importance of every action you take. In the silence of your grind, you find clarity. Without the constant need to explain yourself or share your progress, you can fully connect with the essence of what you're doing. You don't need to overshare or seek reassurance because you trust the process. The sacredness of your work fuels your inner belief that you are on the right path, even when others may not see it. It's in the silence that you can hear your own voice, not drowned out by the opinions and judgments of the outside world. You can work with purpose, with direction, knowing that you're creating something meaningful. The work becomes more than just tasks. It becomes a reflection of your commitment to yourself, to your dreams, and to your future. When you grind in silence, you protect the sacred nature of your journey. You create a sacred space where growth, focus, and determination thrive, free from distractions and outside pressures. Every step you take is one step closer to building something that is yours and yours alone. And because you respect the work so deeply, your progress remains sacred, unstoppable, and unstoppable. There is a unique power in silence. When others doubt you, they will watch and wait, expecting you to stumble, expecting you to fall short of your dreams. They'll tell you that you're not capable, that your goals are too big, and that you won't succeed. Their doubt can feel like a weight trying to hold you back. But here's the secret: you don't have to respond to them. You don't need to explain yourself or try to convince them of your worth. Instead, you let your actions speak. You let the work, the results, and your unwavering commitment prove them wrong without saying a word. The more people doubt you, the more power you have to surprise them. Doubt creates a certain expectation, an expectation that you'll fail or give up. But when you continue to push forward, when you keep grinding in silence, you shatter that expectation. The very fact that they doubt you is what gives you the chance to prove them wrong. It's a gift because every moment they doubt you is another moment you have to quietly and steadily work towards your success. Every setback they predict is an opportunity for you to rise higher and push harder. Doubters are a natural part of the journey. They come with every new venture, every bold decision, and every daring goal. But instead of letting their doubt discourage you, use it as fuel. Their expectations of your failure can become the very reason you push harder, work longer, and stay focused. It's not about proving anything to them directly. It's about proving to yourself that you can succeed even in the face of doubt. Their disbelief gives you a purpose, a reason to rise above, to show that you are not defined by their expectations. Silence is your most powerful response to doubt. When you speak less about your plans and let the work speak for itself, you build momentum in a way that words never could. Every action you take in silence is a reminder to yourself that you're on the right path, regardless of what others believe. The doubters will never understand the depth of your commitment or the fire that drives you. And that's okay, you don't need them to. All you need is the quiet assurance that your work is the proof of your success. When you surprise the doubters, you free yourself from the need for external validation. The desire to prove others wrong can easily become a trap if you allow it to distract you from your true mission. Instead, focus on the task at hand, on the quiet grind that leads to real results. When you let the work be the proof, you don't need to engage in the noise. The satisfaction of seeing their doubt crumble under the weight of your success is the greatest reward. No words, no explanations, just your accomplishment standing tall. The most powerful form of defiance is success without words. Doubters will doubt, but you will continue to move forward with conviction and focus. Your actions will leave them speechless, and in the end, they'll be left to reflect on the gap between their expectations and the reality you've created. You won't have to say anything because your success will do the talking for you. You'll have surprised them not with a grand announcement, but with your ability to keep pushing forward in the face of their doubts. And when you achieve what they thought was impossible, you'll have proven to them that you were never defined by their expectations in the first place. Success isn't always about immediate rewards. It's about the ability to delay gratification, to forgo temporary pleasures for long-term achievements. In a world that constantly pushes instant results, we are often tempted to take shortcuts, to indulge in quick fixes that provide immediate satisfaction. But true success comes from resisting those urges, from making sacrifices in the present for a better, more fulfilling future. Delayed gratification requires discipline and vision, the understanding that what you build now, though unseen, will pay off in ways that no instant reward ever could. Every choice you make is a step toward your future. While it's easy to focus on the present moment, the most successful people understand that the decisions they make today will shape tomorrow. They don't chase after quick wins or fleeting pleasures because they know the price they'll pay in the long run. Instead, they embrace discomfort in the short term, knowing that those sacrifices are laying the groundwork for their future success. Every hour spent working hard, every moment spent sacrificing immediate desires is an investment in something greater that will come in time. The power of delayed gratification lies in its ability to create momentum. When you put off short-term rewards, you build a sense of resilience and focus that compounds over time. Instead of getting distracted by distractions or the allure-easy rewards, you stay locked in on your long-term vision. The journey is often tough, requiring persistence and determination. But with each sacrifice you make, you come closer to the success you're building. Delaying gratification trains your mind to prioritize what matters most, making the journey to success a continuous, unstoppable force. Delayed gratification is not about denying yourself forever. It's about the wisdom to understand that immediate pleasure isn't always worth the cost. There are times when indulging in short-term satisfaction might seem appealing, but when you compare it to the long-term rewards, it becomes clear that the sacrifice is worth it. By delaying gratification, you learn to appreciate the value of patience, to trust that your efforts will pay off. You develop a mindset that believes in the rewards of working for something, knowing that what you gain will be far more meaningful than anything obtained easily or without effort. Building success takes time, and time requires patience. The results you're after won't appear overnight, but that doesn't mean the work you're putting in is wasted. Every effort made, every choice to put off immediate gratification, builds your character, your discipline, and your capacity for bigger challenges. The sacrifices you make today are the foundation of your success. And though it might seem like others around you are enjoying faster rewards, they are missing out on the profound growth that comes from delayed gratification, the strength, the wisdom, and the fulfillment that comes with earning what you desire. In the face of temptation, delayed gratification gives you the power to stay focused on your goal. When you sacrifice in the short term, you choose to invest in yourself. This ability to resist instant rewards teaches you that your goals are more important than temporary distractions. It builds mental toughness, teaching you to prioritize what will truly fulfill you in the long run. It's about having the foresight to understand that the best things in life are earned through hard work and persistence, not through shortcuts or easy wins. Delayed gratification also teaches you to manage your impulses and emotions. In a world where people are constantly seeking validation, entertainment, and instant rewards, the ability to say no to temporary satisfaction is a sign of mental strength. Every time you delay gratification, you learn how to control your desires, to focus on what truly matters, and to stay consistent with your efforts. You stop making decisions based on fleeting emotions and start making choices based on your long-term vision. It's in the sacrifice of the present that you build the future you desire. The rewards of delayed gratification are often greater than we can even imagine when we start. The longer you wait, the more you grow, both in your skills and your understanding of what true success requires. The sacrifices made today are what prepare you for the bigger challenges ahead. You build a legacy not by seeking immediate rewards, but by staying committed to the long game, understanding that every decision made today shapes the success of tomorrow. When you choose to delay gratification, you don't just build wealth, success, or achievement, you build the inner strength to continue pursuing your goals relentlessly. A lion doesn't announce its presence when it's hunting. It doesn't roar or make noise to alert its prey. Instead, it moves silently, carefully, and with precision. In the same way, successful people understand the importance of moving quietly toward their goals. It's not about seeking attention or validation every step of the way. It's about staying focused, putting in the necessary work, and being patient until the time is right to strike. The key to success is not in boasting about your plans, but in executing them with such efficiency that your results speak louder than any words ever could. When you roar too early, you give away your position. People will know your intentions, your strategies, and your next move. This makes it easier for obstacles, competitors, and critics to prepare and potentially derail your progress. By staying silent and focusing on your mission, you build an element of surprise. The element of surprise is a powerful tool. It allows you to strike when the time is right, with full force and impact, without giving anyone a chance to react in time. Silence becomes your advantage in an unpredictable world. In the silence, you find clarity. The constant noise and chatter of the outside world can easily distract you from your purpose. By moving quietly, you create a space where your thoughts, actions, and decisions are solely driven by your vision, not by the need for approval or recognition. This is where true power lies, in the ability to focus without distraction, to stay grounded in the work you need to do without worrying about the opinions of others. Silence gives you the mental space to strategize, learn, and adapt without the interference of unnecessary noise. The most powerful moves are the ones that are made without fanfare. You don't need to tell the world what you're planning to do. Your actions should speak louder than any announcement. Every step you take in silence is an affirmation of your commitment to your goals. You don't waste energy on unnecessary explanations or distractions. Instead, you pour all your energy into your work, into perfecting your craft, and into making the right decisions at the right time. When you do finally strike, the impact is undeniable and the results speak for themselves. Striking when ready means being patient and wise about the timing of your actions. Just as a lion waits for the perfect moment to pounce, you must learn to recognize the right opportunities to move forward. It's not about rushing, forcing, or acting out of impatience. It's about waiting for the right moment when all the pieces fall into place and your move will have the greatest effect. The more you practice the art of silence and patience, the more you sharpen your instincts to know when the time is right to act. When you move in silence, you also protect your energy. Every word, every boast, every unnecessary declaration drains your focus and diverts your energy away from the important work. Moving silently conserves your resources, allowing you to channel your energy directly into the tasks that matter. This is a crucial aspect of success. Instead of spreading yourself thin by seeking constant recognition or validation, you focus your efforts on what will truly bring results. It's the quiet work, the behind-the-scenes effort that creates sustainable success. In silence, you learn to trust yourself. The louder the world becomes, the harder it can be to hear your own voice. But by moving quietly, you tune out external noise and cultivate a stronger connection to your own instincts. You learn to make decisions without second-guessing yourself, to take risks when necessary, and to trust the process. Silence forces you to become more self-reliant. And that self-reliance is what ultimately leads to success. When you stop seeking the approval or attention of others, you start trusting your own judgment and moving toward your goals with unwavering confidence. And when it's time to strike, the power of your silence becomes undeniable. You don't need to announce your arrival because your results will speak for themselves. The quiet effort you put in while others were distracted will be the catalyst for your success. Your timing, your focus, and your dedication will create an impact that no amount of noise or attention could ever replicate. So my best advice is this: don't waste time trying to prove yourself or explain your journey to others. Keep your focus, move in silence, and when the moment is right, let your results do the talking.